So I watched this game. I'm just gonna talk about it for a couple minutes, and I'll send you the video. Send you this video after. So I know we win the game. So when you start the game, okay, that's unfortunate. Oh, you built a mill and then deleted. At least you realized. But build two houses at the start, so that you don't have this Phil walking all the way over here to build a house. You can just build two at the same, two at different spots. Have two build one, and have one Phil build another. Definitely want to make sure we kill our goats under the TC and don't kill multiple ones at once, because then they are rot. The food rots. I don't know if you know that, but the food rots away as you like kill them. So it might have 100. Might have 100 food on it, but you won't get 100 once you kill it. You'll probably get like 90 or something. So you want more of them on a single corpse. You want as many. You want as few corpses as possible under there. Under the TC. So we want to get 6 on food first. Okay, so the problem with this is you're now using a villager. You gotta start thinking in terms of idle time. This villager right now is not gathering resources and is spending a bunch of time walking. So now they're walking all the way out here to build houses out here. They could have just been built here. Eventually you do want to be building buildings as part of your wall. But this is the first 6 villagers. Right now we just need everyone gathering resources. So this woman's going all the way out here. She's spending a bunch of time walking and not gathering. So we definitely want 6 on food first. Right now we only have, what, 5 on food? 4 on food? Oh, she's counted as 1 on food still because she was a chef. So we only have 4 on food. We need 6 to keep villager production up. So, and we're killing another goat. So now we've used up all of our goats at once. And we could have them all on one and then move to the next one, move to the next one, and we would have less food rotting away. Now we've got 3 of them decomposing, and so we're losing food on it. So we want to have 6 on food, then we want to have somewhere between 3 and 4 on wood, usually. I mean, once you get a little higher up, that might change, but you may as well have this guy out building a lumber camp somewhere. Probably here, because this is safer. Generally in 1v1s particularly, but in team games too. You want to think about the fact that this is the front of your base, right? So the safest wood lines are the ones in the back, because it's further for the enemy to travel. So the enemy's going to come in here, they're going to find this wood line and this wood line first. You'd rather be in this one or this one, because they're further back. So I would be sending these out to a lumber camp now. Then you have like 3 or 4 on a lumber camp, and then you start bringing your boars in. Okay, I'm glad you're bringing that in, but you see how, like, because we killed all those goats at once, now we're out of food under our town center. If we'd taken one by one, we would probably have another goat here, and we could bring this in, and it wouldn't be a rush. Now we're about to run out of food, so that's why you want to be doing it bit by bit. And we've stopped creating villages, so we've got to remember this is a common thing, that when you lure a boar you don't think about the fact that you're not creating villages. I'm glad you realize now, so it's not too much idle time. So this is fine. I wouldn't bother starting to wall off too much right now. It's more important to get up to the next age quicker. I would still go for a lumber camp before I go for berries. Okay, so that's fine. I'm glad we're building the lumber camp before we go to berries. But definitely consider taking the ones further back. Because if I come on here with archers now, I can fire over this wood line, I can disrupt this, or if I have knights or scouts, I can run in here. But it's going to take me longer to get to these. Speed up a bit. Second ball, that's good. I like that you got that one expired before you took this one. That was good. And obviously, anything I say, it's nothing like personal. It's just trying to help. Stuff that I would do, stuff that you do at a higher level. Because I don't mind that you have this many on food. I don't mind you take like you want to go to these berries now at some point in the near future. But we don't need to do this walling off now. And the other thing is you're making walls that are very far out and hard to defend. So in the future, when you're making walls, you're more likely to wall sort of across here and down to the edge, and like across here and down to the edge. You go for the big wall off all the way across the middle of the map. The reason that's difficult is if if I come in and break in on this side over here, if I break in through this one tile, you're not likely to have any army there to defend it. So if I have a bunch of archers here, sure, I can shoot the army that's trying to break in. But that's quite far away. If I wall all the way up to this edge of the map, and they start trying to break in here, I can't stop them breaking in. They're going to get in, and then I have nothing back here to defend. So you generally want your walls to be closer so you can get army over there to support it if they start breaking in. Again, that's just another thing you don't really need to worry about too much now. And again, this is a lot of villages on berries. So you have 7 on berries now. You're never really going to want more than 5 on berries. And the other thing is, if you look now, you basically have enough food to click up to the feudal age. You have 433 and you have 100 food queued here. If you just took this villager away, dropped a little bit more food, you could click to the feudal age, which means you could get archers out with 21 population, 22 population. That's solid. You will get archers out to the enemy's base quick enough that they won't have walled up. They'll be pretty open. Like if you look here, let's say in a minute's time, 2 minutes time. In 2 minutes time, you now have a couple of archers coming across the map. You can get in and do damage. So that's why you're doing archers. You need to get over there quickly. You can't let them fast castle, because if they can fast castle successfully and get to knights and you have like 5 feudal archers, you're still going to die. But if you get in there before they get those knights out, because this is a Frank player, you're either going to do scouts or knights most of the time, you could get in here and kill villas and disrupt them quite a lot. So we should have clicked up by now. We could have clicked up and we haven't. We've decided to add extra villages, which, yeah, we're adding extra villages. You want to be clicking up no more than 22 villages. If you can click up before that, which you could because your build was okay, like you was pretty decent, you had a lot of food come in. You could have clicked up, you could have a bunch of villas on wood, you could have 3 or 4 on gold, and you could be making archers right away. So if you had clicked up when you could have done, you'd be getting close to feudal age now. You'd probably be about a feudal age right now. And you'd be building your buildings. And another little thing here. I like that you lure the ostrich and deer. That's good. You do a good job with that. You want to build this mining camp like here. So that you never want your villagers to have to travel more than 1 tile, and you don't want 4 on the same rock because then they're going to bump into each other and have to walk around each other and stuff like that. You generally want it to be like, you want a mining camp to be like here, so you have 1, 2, 3 like different tiles that can all access and get onto this mining camp. But again, this is small stuff. It's more important that you get up to feudal quickly, get your buildings down, and start making archers. So now we're slower up. We've done 23 pop. We've done 23 archers, 24 population. That means that this person might have a chance to fast castle and wall up. Like, you see how now they're walling up? You could be at their base now with archers if you'd done it faster. And they would not get these walls off, and you could kill anything. And they wouldn't get their fast castle off. Now, because you're slower, I assume this is a woman because it says miss. She's getting the walls up, and she's going to be able to defend. And we don't have a barracks. We should have been building that before we get to feudal age, so we can build archery ranges right away. So now you're building it, but it's a bit too slow, and you had all these villas on berries and food and stuff, and didn't have enough on wood, so now we can't afford archery ranges. So we really should have more on wood. We should have like 11 plus on wood. Like, it's nice to have the free food and everything. Like, this is nice. But you should have some of the berry villagers taking that, and these guys should probably be on wood. And then you went for a blacksmith before you went for archers. So now we're just not making army. So now we're just going to let this person fast castle or do whatever. I think she ends up going scouts, doesn't she? But still. Again, this is more time that we're just not making army and sending across. If you built a range, you'd be making archers right now. Instead, you're building a blacksmith, which provides upgrades, but we don't have anything to upgrade, right? So, that's your issue. We're not getting army out fast enough, and your late game stuff is a lot better. We're also not making villages. Your late game stuff is a lot better, but if you want to get to late game and be able to boom, you can do that on Arabia, but you have to be able to do the early game stuff to be able to get there without dying. So now we're building an archery range. We can almost afford a second one. You have more than enough on gold and wood to create archers, but we just didn't have the ranges. So now make archers, make a new range so you can afford it. Where did all our wood just go? It went into spearmint? Wait, where did it all go? We just had 100 more wood. I'm confused. Oh, we put farms down. We don't need farms right now. We have hundreds of food left to make villages. We really need archery production. We need a second range. We need archers. And you just got to think about these timings. It's now 14 minutes. If this person had gone to gold, they could have fast castled now. They could be going up to the castle age, and then they'll have knights out. And you don't really have an answer to knights. We still have no army, and we could have 10, 15 archers at the enemy's base right now, and instead we haven't got anything. So this early game stuff is the problem. I'm gonna show you what I would do real quick, because the rest of the game, like, you do fine in the rest of the game, and that's all nice. But if you want to get better, it's the early game stuff you gotta be able to do. So I'm just gonna do random Arabia. We're doing Ethiopians, right? Blind, okay. Yeah, sure. I'll just show you what I'm gonna do. I'll show you how much quicker it will go. We'll get archers out. So we finished that game at like 15 minutes and we still had no military. So I'm gonna create villages and I'm gonna create 2 houses. So now this woman isn't walking over to build this house. She's making another one. And I'll shift click these so they go straight to the go afterwards. So we are still going to circle around, find resources. I would also use the sheep to scout. You don't want to do that for too long because the enemy scouts can come over and steal them, but... So we found our 2 elephants. We found wood line in the back, so that this is the front of our base, and this is the back, so that's probably the wood line I'll take because that's safer. Some sheep over there. So I'm going to put 6 on sheep first, and only on one of them. Oh, found these 2, it's good. Alright, so I'm going to go build a lumber camp over here. Stop paying attention. So now I've scouted most of my base. Got these guys some sheep. I'm going to send... I mean, you can do 3, 4. I'm going to do 3 just so I can get up quicker. I would actually do 2, but we're just trying to learn right now. So we get 3 to wood. Just so you can afford ranges, you might want to do 4. You don't have to be super fast at the elo you're playing at, and you can improve this over time. So we'll do 4 for now. So these guys are going to take 1 more sheep. So once we've got 4 sheep, generally, we'll go get a bull. I'm going to go scout the enemy as well, just to be able to go find them, so I can send the archers across. So we have 4 on wood and we have 6 on sheep. And we're going to take a bull. And this should be coming in just as these goats are starting to run out. And then I'm going to want another house. You always want to be building your house once you get to like 13 population. You want to build it 2 villages ahead of when you're going to get a house. So we found the enemy here. We've got to be careful not to run into his town center. So we want a decent amount of villagers on board. So we want to make sure we can afford to create villas, and then we can start going to berries. We've got 9 on the board. As long as we have at least 7, probably like 8, we'll be fine. We'll add one of these. Now you can skip the mill, but we're not going to do that for now. We could just mining camp. So we only need enough food to click to the next age. We don't need food. Once we get to the next age, we don't need lots of food. We're not making food units, we're making wood and gold units. Archers cost wood and gold, so... I should have gone and got the next boar. I was a little late on that. You want to be bringing in the second boar when the first one gets to about half. Way down, just to make sure it comes in before this expires. But we'll get there just about.
Au.
So we want to end up with like 4 on berries as well. We're going to build a house with the next villager there. I'm not sure why I'm being so scared here. Okay, so we'll build a house, send that one to berries afterwards. Okay, there's it. So now we're going to send... We'll have a couple more on wood. This town centre must be here, right? The straggle trees knocked down.
Selamneş.
So now we'll start sending a couple to gold.
Au. Günbenganing.
So we're going to want at least 3... We want really 3 on gold when we're going up to the next stage, but to make 2 range archers, you want 6 or 7. So we'll just do 22 pop. Now we can do 21. We'll just show you. So we're going to click loom now. We didn't click it earlier because there's nothing really to attack us, so we don't really need to. And I'm going to take a bunch of these villas off of food now and start sending them to wood. Now you can build a second lumber camp. I just won't, just to make a point, just to show you here that... So we're clicking up to feudal age on 21 pop. So you see how we're clicking up at less than 8 minutes? 20 pop. So now all I need when I get to the next stage is I need to have a barracks so that I can build my ranges right away. And I need a couple villas on gold. We'll put 3 on gold. So that we can produce archers. We are Ethiopian, so we get extra gold at the start when we hit feudal age. So we don't really need this right away. We don't do it anyway. We don't need this many villas. So I have this barracks ready so we can make ranges as soon as we get up. Probably need more wood. So if you realize that you're a little low on wood, I need, what, 350 wood to make 2 ranges. We can move some of these off onto wood until we get our ranges. Then we can put them back on food after. It's just about making sure you have enough wood for your ranges right away. So we're going to have enough. We've got 335. We'll be fine.
Au. Effettsmawello. En jetverlasning.
So it doesn't really matter.
Selamneş.
Make sure we kill these under the town centre. So now we want to be able to make 2 ranges right away. And we'll get the wood upgrade. I'm going to show you how fast we're going to have archers to the enemy's base.
Selamneş.
And then we'll go look at what that would have done. I'll just do this. I actually need a house. So now I'm starting to use the buildings as a bit of a wall off, but I didn't want to do that too early because I didn't want to sacrifice efficiency too much. We need builds on gold now, so we're going to need 6 or 7 on gold. We'll make archers from both of these ranges. I shouldn't have got a house. So we got enough queued. I'm not creating villages. Now we're going to make a blacksmith. So once we've got some archers queued, that's when we want to build a blacksmith. We don't build it before the ranges because we have nothing to upgrade then, right? Blacksmith is for upgrades. I know you build it earlier when you're planning to go for a fast castle. You build a blacksmith in a market because it's the cheapest buildings to go up to the next stage. But so once we get 5, 6 archers out, I should have left that under the town centre. Oh well. We're going to click fletching, and that's when we're going to move out, okay? So we click fletching now. Our 4 archers, we could wait for 6, we could wait for a little bit more. We need to make sure we're building houses. Make sure you build houses in Arabia early, because you're creating from 3 buildings. So it's some farms. Now we have more wood now. See how fast we're going to get to the enemy base here? We have fletching, so these are going to kill villagers quickly. So I'm at the enemy base and it's 13 minutes off my base. I'm going to kill villagers. So now I'm going to very quickly go back and show you what that would have done in your game. So we're just going to zoom through and we'll see what would have happened if you were in the enemy's base at 13 minutes. And you can get there faster than that. I'd be clicking up to fuel around this time. You could have done that. You were close. You had enough food to click at the same time I was. And this was where it went wrong. We didn't have our barracks up. We didn't have enough wood for rangers and little blacksmiths. So now we can't get archers out. Alright, so now it's 13 minutes. So what would have been going on? So he's walled some. But he's not fully walled. This is wide open. Ow. We can just walk in here. We can kill any number of these villagers. We can walk around the sides of his base. We can stop him getting to gold. We can stop him building any farms around here. If he built farms around his town center, we can disrupt them with the archers. We can walk around the back here. We could shoot over at this wood line if we didn't notice this was here. We could still take him off of this wood line. And we can just pin him in this base and never let him out. And then you keep building up your economy safely at home because the pressure's at the enemy base. So you can start adding farms, you can start going towards the castle age, you can then add your town centers and boom a little bit if you want to. Because you'd be in the enemy's base right now, and you can do faster than 13 minutes. You can do 19, 18 pop archers with Ethiopians, but you can get here way quicker and they will have no military. If she builds a couple of scouts now, you're just going to kill them with the archers. You can add a couple of spears to go forward with the army if you want to defend from scouts, and just leave some spears at home in case you get counterattacked by them. But it'll be easy. That's really what you got to do. But that's for Arabia. I'll show you some other stuff for Arena and Nomad and stuff like that in the future. But since you wanted to improve Arabia, there's some stuff for you.